This ain't the life that we chose, but it's the life that we live in. Know we belong on the top, but we ain't tripping, cause we'll get there in a minute. And we'll get there in a minute, cause we'll get there in a minute.
What is going on? We back, episode 4. Man, we keeping consistent. That's what I like, consistent. Episode 4. Episode 4. We'll get there in a minute. Yo, got some big things. We got a logo through the sesh. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Sesh found a logo, so we're going to have a logo coming. You know, trying to get more professional. I might have messed up the recording last time, so hopefully, you know, we'll get it so it's on the grid view. Don't know how it happened, but, you know, shit. It's episode 4, man. Wait till we get to about 20. We're going to look like a whole different crew. You know what I'm saying? So the homies is back.
Wow. I'm crystal clear on here.
A little bit. Sessions,
look at those.
Sessions clear, boy. You know what I'm saying? Look like when Pookie got clean. You know what I mean? When Pookie came out of rehab for that little bit, he feeling himself right now.
Oh man, looking good, looking good.
You wrote that down. You wrote that down.
Man, I'm telling you, man. You know what I'm saying?
Off
I should have
the
been a
top.
battle rapper in my past life or something, man. I got
Off the
bars.
top.
So yo, you know, we back in quarantine. I mean, not back, we never left. But some crazy things went down. Sesh and Deezy had a battle on IG Live.
Oh, that's what you call it?
If you want to call it
If you wanna
that.
call it that. I think
Don't worry about that.
I think Deezy
I'm
might have
gonna give people what
recorded
they want.
Deezy might have recorded the slaughter. I don't know if he did. I mean, it was bad.
Can you really call it a slot? It was more DZ versus Spectrum.
You know what, Sesh? We're gonna talk to the winner. Let the winner talk right now because
Wow.
we gonna let the winner say.
If you want to call it that, I think
If
you're gonna call it that.
If you want to take that dub,
The
you got
3
it. DZ.
P's, right? Proper preparation prevents
Mhm.
piss poor performance. So is that 4 P's? I just might have messed that up my damn self.
That's
But
what
Sesh was not-
you just pep all over the place.
But either way, Sesh wasn't prepared, just like I wasn't
that,
prepared. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna let the winner speak, man. So how does it feel, man?
Yeah, man, it feels great, man. Not unexpected. I knew, you know.
Interim champ.
You know what I'm saying? I had to FaceTime him. He fucking up my audio. But still through that, you know what I mean? I came through the winner.
So you saying you gave him a chance to even redeem himself mid-game?
Yeah, I allowed him a handicap, man. I tried to help him, you know what I mean? It's like he was in a wheelchair. I provided him the prosthetic legs.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I still ended up tripping his ass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was a slaughter, man. I didn't even get to so anxious. I was trying to get in my bag, but
So before we maybe we pass it off to Sesh, look, we want you to explain the battle. What was going on with that, man? What was the battle? What did it entail?
I mean, the battle, it started off great for the first 12 seconds. His service was great. You know,
And who was it between?
looking promising.
What were the artists?
I had Ginuwine. He had Trey Songz.
Okay.
You know, G being the OG, Trey being, you know what I mean, the new kid on the block. He got some heat, but you know what I mean? Genuine is all.
I honestly don't know if we can call him a new kid on the block. I know he's not as long tenured.
Compared to Genuine, he's
As
the new
one
kid on the
dude.
block have. I didn't
Okay.
think I had to get that specific.
Okay. So Genuine versus Trey. So anything else you want to say before we pass it off to Sesh, man, and let him tell us side?
I just want to say, next time I'll do better, man. I mean, when you just come with it, you know. 'Cause
Okay.
I'm here.
So
here. He is I is him.
Okay. Since you got the floor, you know, we heard you had technical difficulties, so we're gonna let you talk about it, man. You know, I'll watch it, so you know.
As I said before, it was more so DZ versus Spectrum.
Okay.
I had everything lined up. Literally every song DZ played that I heard at least. I had written down. I had it all planned out. Had it all mapped out. It all depended on how in the sequence he was going to play his songs. But
Okay.
I wasn't able to really get into my bag too much. I had certain songs that I was going to throw away. I threw one out there early. And Spectrum just wasn't on my side. Just wasn't on my side. But we're gonna run it back.
That's what I want to know. So are we shooting for Thursday again? What's going on? Maybe we, we can try to get it more out there. Time, you know what I'm saying?
He the winner, man. He picked. He called the shots, right?
I gotta check my
Or the so-called winner. Or we can call Spectrum and we can talk to them. We can all figure it out.
Yeah, I gotta check my calendar, man.
Okay. We're gonna check the calendar.
Sort of like I feel like Tyson Fury right now. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know if I want to give you that rematch, and the next time it may get ugly.
I understand it.
You know what I mean?
It could end up with a knockout. We understand. I understand it. Protect your belt, bro.
Okay.
Protect
as he should. You know what I'm saying? So
protect it.
I think we need to switch it up and go from R&B to rap, though.
Ooh.
Oh, you don't want that smoke. You do not want that smoke.
No.
You know my catalog is extensive. I had 60 tracks ready to go for you.
You ain't even hear who I'm talking about.
It don't matter. It don't even matter.
I'm talking South. My man versus your man. My man is the GOAT. Gucci Mane
versus Jeezy?
Yes.
You sleep.
I want smoke with whoever.
You do not want that smoke.
That would be interesting.
That would not be interesting.
Burr.
Okay. Okay, bro.
Okay. Speaking of hip hop, I don't know. I know I put it in the chat with us. My dog Hit Boy, the Chauncey Hollis project. It's crazy. So if y'all check that out, Hit Boy, man, that thing you did some things, man. Anything else in music wise?
What chat you send that to? I'm in 17 chats and I get that one.
Got that.
I definitely put it in that the one we all in. Yeah.
It was early, but you know what's crazy? After I heard it, I never knew Hit Boy actually
That's
rapped.
That's where I was going with. I had no clue too. So it was refreshing.
I don't know if it's a rap word. I don't know if it was a rap album, but I had my brother and he was like, I guess he had a album or a mixtape with Dom Kennedy.
Yeah.
That was fire. I don't know if he was rapping or not, but I ain't listened to it yet. But he said it was fire.
We know Hit Boy is putting out crazy. He produces his beats. He's nuts. But so that to hear him rap was crazy. I wasn't ready for that.
It's a lot of talented dudes out there.
Mozzie's joint is fire. Y'all hear the Mozzie. Mozzie get me going. Hip hop's
the Chris Brown Young Thug joint.
I wasn't a fan of it.
I wasn't. It was cool.
I thought the Cold Crazy joint was cool, but I really wasn't and I'm a Chris Breezy, that's my guy, man. But that ain't really do it for me. You know what I'm saying? And it was a perfect day too, nice day. Had the windows down, couldn't get into it.
It's probably your expectations on it.
I was vibing. It got a few vibes on there.
Yeah. I took it with the him and Tiger grain of salt. Like I wasn't.
I'm not saying.
But that was one of the better collab albums.
Yeah.
Just to put it out there for rap R&B, that had some hits.
I'm just saying, it's not that I expected anything from it, but like, if two or three songs is good out of 12 or 11, that's not a good. Yeah, it got vibes. Everything gonna have vibes. You know what I'm saying? But that's my take on albums. You know what I mean? 2 songs, all right, cool.
Yeah. I
so.
feel you. No, I wasn't expecting a whole lot out of it. It wasn't like you've heard a whole bunch of Chris Brown and Young Thug songs, so I wasn't expecting no like chemistry out of them. I was just looking for some shit to like a couple jumps to turn up to.
Yeah.
I figured it was gonna be some wild ass shits, some wild features on there, but it was all right. Something to pass the time, and it was in the middle of the week, so it was like, all right, unexpected. So it was like, I'll take it. Y'all listen to Nav?
I do, but I have not heard any of his new
cool.
I haven't heard his new joint either. Huh?
You got new shit?
Yeah, he just dropped today.
Oh, okay.
I did not.
He got mad features on there.
Yeah, so tune in and shout out to Nav. We'll tune in. We'll get back on that. Speaking of hip hop, one of the most infamous people, I guess, is out now. And made a video. Got a lot of people in their feelings. But the crazy thing about this video is it hit 1.4 million viewers. So he got right to the bag.
Oh, 1.5. Don't jerk him out of his.
My fault. When I had checked previously during the day, it was 1.4. I ain't going to keep checking every time.
How long was he on there for?
I guess he dropped today, right?
Like 9 minutes?
9 minutes, all right.
Yeah, 1.5 mil for 9 minutes, bro.
That was just a heat check, honestly.
Heat check.
Yeah.
Claiming he the king of New York. The video, he got a rat face on. Says he snitches, comes back to the bag. Got a lot of people in their feelings right now. I mean,
I'll spark it off. As much as I disagree with that whole train of thought and the way of doing things, one thing that I do notice is that people gravitate around honesty. And as much as he's a snitch, everybody knows he's a snitch, and he's owning up to it. It's nasty. It's real nasty, but it is what it is.
I think what people honestly dislike the most is that it shows them a little too much of the truth behind the rap game. They're realizing that the facade that's put up is a lot more see-through and got a lot more holes in it than people like really think. Because obviously people rapping about all these things are like, oh yeah, they must be doing it, but in all reality, it's the storytelling. They put together some nice words, talk about expensive things that you may or may not be able to get to. So you're right, but it's a different type of. He was tapping into a different type of.
No, I feel you. I agree with a lot of what you say right there. I just think, like we got to be real with who, what I'm saying, what people buy music, what I'm saying, or stream music. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of these kids, man, the demographic, they're not really in tune with what really goes on out here. So for them, it's 6ix9ine, he's talking his trash, you know what I'm saying? So like he comes back out, Lil Bobby and Johnny, Karen don't got a clue what 6ix9ine or who 6ix9ine is. So they kids bumping it downstairs in the basement, wilding out, you know what I'm saying? So
I'm going to
Modern day rebel.
No, we need to cut the shit. I'm gonna say it right now, man. This street shit, cut the fucking shit, man. They act like snitching is a 2026 9. Fuck out of here. The people who need to be held accountable is Treyway. Them niggas saw him as a bag, and what they did was a mistake. They involved him in some street shit instead of keeping him separate from the street shit, because he ultimately is your way out. That's your $1 million golden goose. Keep him away from the street shit so you can transition away from it and do something positive. You knew he was gonna snitch if he's going down. He wasn't a street kid. And what is a street kid? Motherfuckers who talk about him being a snitch and they don't support it and this is nasty. They got family who snitch, friends who snitch. They talk to snitches every single day. But they want to talk about an entertainer. Oh, he may have influence over the kids. If he has influence over your kid, then that's your fault, not his. Blame the parents, not 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine makes good money. He's an entertainer. Entertain me. You drop something I like, I'm going to listen. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to listen. You're an entertainer. I'm not in the streets. Most of the people mad are not in the streets. I'm not worried about them telling on me. Entertain me, make music that I can play with my friends.
You're right. You're right, because you got all different sides. You got dudes talking about what was dude's name? TK talking about I'm at the man. He on the run. He making moves.
Why you doing the robot on the run though?
Yeah. That's a wild run.
I was trying to do that.
That should look like a chicken wing.
It's hard when you only got the up top.
Okay, all right.
Well, what a run look like this? That's a run.
I'm just saying, not for robot.
More like it was right to the first one.
Move your arms and stuff.
Now, I mean, it's just silly, too, because I'm seeing now people be like, free the real, free hashtag whoever, and the person they saying free is a snitch. Like, at least know what you're talking about before you even really diving into some stuff. So I think people should just stay in their lane. One is on top of it. Like, stay in your lane. Grown men mad at a kid who snitched. Yeah, that's real nasty work, right? It's super nasty. Like, but we know that. But like anybody coming, like DZ said, the snitching has been years throughout. You know what I'm saying? Like, New York. There's movies about these top dudes snitching at the end of the day. Like these are real people.
But it's usually consequences that come with that. It's the thing is. With 6ix9ine is that it wasn't just like he was portraying that. He was portraying not only that it wasn't just a whole entertainment entertainment thing. He was trolling everybody. At least I thought he was trolling. You give energy to what you give energy to. So if you give energy to that shit, he's gonna keep on doing it. He's gonna continue to do it. So if you want him to stop, just stop fucking showing him attention. But at the same rate, all these, like you said, snitching it's nothing new. It's just it was a code to shit. It was a code to things. It was if you snitch, you know not to come out. Like you go into witness protection. You try to stay out of the light. You feel what I'm saying? This has never been done before. This nigga just snitched and got 1.5 million on Instagram, but at the same rate, it's a totally different time. It's a totally different time.
It's a totally different time. For sure, like, you know what I'm saying? Just it's too. I don't even know. It's nasty work. That's at the end of the day. It's nasty, but like, you know, I mean, it is what it is.
And I can't. And DZ, you said Treyway. You would blame Treyway for this. I can't. All niggas is in jail. They doing the consequences is being served. I just don't like. I don't care whether you in the streets or you not in the streets. I just want you to be whoever you are. I just want you to be consistent. I want you to be consistent. If you do something, be accountable. Hold yourself accountable.
I think he was consistent. And I think if you believe that he wasn't going to snitch or he was really what he was doing, come on.
You buying into a little too much.
That's wild, bro.
You know what I'm saying? I think his whole gang knew. They knew he wasn't what he was, like DZ said.
That's why they tried to kill him.
He wasn't really.
That's why they tried to kill him.
Don't involve him.
Like, I've never snitched in my life. Like, I go so far as not telling shit. I didn't tell my wife when my cousin was having a baby because he said don't tell anybody. Like, that's who I am as an individual. But I know, like, when I'm going to do some shit, I may have two people that I would trust that I know is not gonna say some shit if shit go down.
Right.
That's it. If
you don't involve a goofy.
That's what I'm saying. I don't bring no goofy in like, yo, come put in this work with me. Cause then I gotta expect, like, I don't know what is going to happen if shit go down. Cause if it does, then that's on me. I gotta eat that.
Yes, and it seems that to be like Trey. That's how. What's Cuz's name? With the main dude, Shotty. That seems like how he was carrying it for the most part. I just it's not just the ratting part. It's accountability. It's not just that. You don't have to be about that life to show accountability. You see it at people's jobs, everything. If somebody does something wrong, nobody wants to say they did it wrong. Everybody wants to pass the buck.
And that's
Everybody wants to pass the buck.
That's a great point. But on top of it, forget him. Because it's 30 plus years old recruiting a teenager.
What?
So if we talk about, you know what I'm saying, we gotta start switching the code too. Like, bro, I'm a grown man. I'm 30 something years old. I ain't gonna try and recruit nobody to be in a gang and mess their life up. Like there used to be a code, at least I thought, that OGs was like, man, don't even involve yourself in this route. You know what I'm saying? I can remember going up and OGs giving me money, man. Stay playing stay with the ball, do the books. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, yo, come join me, come do my work. Like, that's not OG. So these are grown 30 plus years old, and he 19, 20 at the time. And now, like, come on, man. Where's the code in that?
Because you got to read it. Not everybody's about that life. And they should have known from the jump.
Obvious.
Wasn't about it.
He's a rainbow kid. The fuck?
He was an art. They knew who he was. They watched him grow up.
Facts. This is all factual information.
So it's just like the accountability part. We keep focusing on the him. He's wrong. Like that. Of course, like that's unacceptable. Like when you really doing it, like, but like these dudes is 30. Like I said, these are grown men right now.
So I'm saying, and
you could have got the bag and left him out of it.
He lined their pockets with money. Why are you still doing real shit and bringing him in it?
Like, why is he around it?
Yeah, he's lining you with millions. Like, y'all got millions going on circling. Transition out the streets, or at least keep him out of it. So even if you get caught for some stupid shit, he's still making y'all money.
And you got better money for the lawyer.
Like, the whole shit was stupid. I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm not a snitch. I don't condone it. But this shit, accountability needs to go on them.
That's a fact.
100%
But the real question is, when he dropped that album, Are you listening to it?
If somebody tell me, I'm not searching for him. Somebody tell me it's good, I'm listening.
I'm not.
Y'all niggas come over to the barbecue, like, if the shit sounds good, he's an entertainer.
Can't support it, bro.
He's an entertainer.
I listened to the song today, so I'm not saying I'm listening to his album, but I didn't believe he really dropped. You know what I'm saying? So when I played it, I listened to it, and I watched the whole thing, and all of a sudden I'm like, and then he puts on the rat face in the midst, and I'm like, well, this might be the craziest thing ever. So it's like, maybe the fact is I don't even know if I want to hear it or not, but I'm kind of interested in how this is gonna play out. So it's a story. I feel like I'm like, bro, you really just snitched crazy, like,
yeah,
wild, and now you're just out here, video with a whole rat on his face, like, this is, and he just dropped. This is real. It's like I'm kind of like I'm hooked in either way he's gonna get money, right? Because the people who hate him, we got it. Like, you got to tune in.
But then you got the shock value. That's exactly that shock. It's like, what he did? What he said? What? No, he didn't.
I mean, it's a genius. Look at it. We talking about it. Everybody online sharing, retweeting it. Hate or not, he's got it. Like, what did Ice Cube and him say?
Well, look at it this way, though.
What do you say there? What is it? All news is good news or something like that, Ice Cube said? I can't remember the exact quote off the top of my head.
Promotion. It's all free promotion. But this is what I don't get, man. The same people that say fuck 6ix9ine, he snitched, blah blah, I'm not listening for this, are bumping R. Kelly because they don't give a fuck.
That was gonna be my next question.
Like, come on, man. Don't tell me you bumping R. Kelly, but you won't bump 6ix9ine because he told. But this motherfucker's statutory raping like for 20, 30 years.
Consistent.
I can't lie though. I can't lie. I didn't think I felt some type of way about R. Kelly. And then one day his song came on, and I was like, you know what? I don't know who he was talking about when he wrote this.
I can't fool with R. Kelly.
I can't go that route.
I can't.
Like, I don't know who he was talking about when he wrote this. So I gotta skip this one.
This is interesting now though, because like the way streets is held compared to how you treat women and what R. Kelly did, I think, I don't know if people gonna really see the right or wrong in that.
That's nasty.
Which is a great point by you. Like, I cannot listen to R. Kelly, but like, yo,
I can't.
This man snitched or whatever. He's a goofy. He's all this. It's, to me, I don't think they even equate. But in some people's eyes, that's like the worst thing you can do is snitch.
That's the thing. That, like, everybody's so black and white on every fucking thing. It's no in between. There's no gray area. What we talking about right now is a lot of fucking gray area. It just depends on who the person is. You feel me? Like, I got a homeboy that was on Facebook. I've been shitting on R. Kelly for a minute, way before the R. Kelly doc. It was like once I had a kid, and then I listened to an R. Kelly joint. It kind of, once I had my baby girl, really, that's what really kind of changed it. Honestly, it changed the way I viewed women as a whole, and how we spoke to women, how we interact with women, period. And it kind of changed my whole views on R. Kelly. That's me. That's my point of view. Now you take a dude that don't have kids, but he in the streets, he might feel that same way. The same, I guess, the same hatred that I feel, or I thought I felt for R. Kelly, he might feel for 6ix9ine. So it just all depends on your point of view. But at the same rate, I use that word hatred loosely because I say that shit about R. Kelly, but at the same rate, you go down that rabbit hole about R. Kelly, but the saying is, hurt people hurt people. Somebody touched that man. So, like, at what point, where do you draw the line? Where do you draw the line? Are you humanizing them at that point? Are you humanizing a predator, or are you just saying, like, the facts of the situation? It's deep. It gets deep when you start to go down that rabbit hole.
It does, but then again, I feel like people also, it's difficult to look at the person when you're constantly being told what it was that they did, the negatives. Like, that's the reason why, hate to take it there, but when certain things happen in the media, when there's a certain face that's behind it, they put out certain news to make you think that this person was wrong, a criminal, whatever it may be. There's always an image that they want to portray. So sometimes it's easier to just put that information out there and try to lean you in one direction as opposed to letting you see the person for who they are.
That's true. I hear what you're saying on that, but how do you separate the image of R. Kelly? Like,
I can't.
I don't. The media.
It's hard. Yeah, you're right.
You know, I don't. It's not that I like listening to the media right now. If I play his music, bro. That's R. Kelly. That's my own. That's my way. That's where it's going. I think I see where you're going with what the media does, but bro, he touched some kids and made not only that. There's videos.
Yeah, that's
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, and I think it's a lot of things like Sesh said, man. Like, you know, somebody touched that man, but I think it's even deeper as what we got to do better. And like, we all know, everybody in here, we all talk and we all felt the same type of ways as, you know, we maybe not have protected our women and how we spoke about them and shit like that, right? That's a fact. We all did it. So like, and then one of the biggest things that I was hearing around is like, yo, you know, it shouldn't have to take a daughter for us to realize, or, you know, something to affect us, right? So I think in that sense, you know, that we're already here, we're all fathers and everything like that. And our goal, hopefully, is that now we're teaching our young boys and everything, girls, you know, to just talk to people and treat them the right way. You know what I'm saying? Especially in our community, the way we speak loosely. I've been there. I've been a kid. You know what I mean? I've been a teenager. Shoot, not too long ago in my adult life. You know what I'm saying? So like, let's keep that there, put that out there for our listeners, man. So like, you know, like let's just do better all around. But you know what I'm saying? Drop that joint.
That's what I said. We got to do better.
We got to do better. As always, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? We got to do better.
We got to do better.
And
I've even put it out there, not even realizing that I was taking that from Sesh. Right. But that was always something that he would put it out there. He'd put it out there every time. Every time we hear a story, somebody doing something that wasn't quite right, he's like, damn, we got to do better, bro.
That's the question.
What'd you say, DZ?
I'm the only one to answer. Sesh asked the question. If he dropped, who listening?
I think I'm gonna listen, and I think I'm gonna listen from everything I said. It's a shock value right now. I'm following this story. Like, I don't respect it, but like, bro, I know I'm going to listen because even the people that hate him are going to post about it. Mm-hmm. People that like him are going to post about it. And like, I'm just like, I got to see how this plays out. So I want to see what his content's like. The Google song, he's still almost kind of rapping the same. You know, he's nothing like this now, or you do that he was, and he still snitched. So I got to see how it plays out. That's where I'm at.
Okay.
I don't think I am, just because I'm not a fan originally. So I watched some of the video, and I don't know, I get it, but I'm not that much into it that I'm gonna give him a whole listen. That's because when I listen to an album, it's from beginning to end. I'm not giving him. Yeah, I'm not giving him a whole 45 minutes to an hour listening to an album. So
I would never give him a whole album anyway. So I'll listen to a few songs.
Yeah,
right.
That's what I said.
That's a better way of saying it. I'm not gonna say I'm listening to 6 hours.
That's where I was going at. Like, are you going to actively listen to it? Like, obviously, like you just said, we're talking about it now. Whether we agree with it or not, we're still talking about it. So
that's
we're inserting ourselves into it. Yes. But I'm not actively seeking a fucking.
No, that does not get put.
I'm not searching for it. I'll wait to hear who listened to it. If he has 2 or 3 bangers, like, I'm on those, but I'm not listening to a 6ix9ine album top to bottom.
Because I can't front. He's still on my workout playlist. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm listening, and boom, I'm throwing more weight up. So like, I already know he ain't tough. So I wasn't on it. I didn't look at him and be like, yo, he getting me hyped. Like, that song, that beat is it. So like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna say
the energy. Yeah,
you know, it's just random. All of a sudden it comes on. I'm like, dang, man, I wish this kid didn't snitch. You know what I mean?
I don't wish shit. He's an entertainer.
Yeah. I think this is going like
so much of it is an image. So much of it is like the facade. Like, they build it up. They build these images to kind of like play these roles and put themselves into these boxes. And then when it doesn't all work out, people are like, oh my gosh, like, I can't believe he did that. But he's still
it worked out.
Right. For him, I think from the get-go, he knew exactly where. Like, if it came down to it, he's like, "Yo, I'm coming first before anybody else." I think he was aware of that, but nobody else was.
He's authentic, whether you agree with it or not. He's 100% authentic, bro. He's saying, "I snitched," so, and what you gonna do about it? So he's really gonna expose a lot of fucking people,
right.
bro. Like, what do you do? Like, all right, we in quarantine now, but let's go a year, 2 years from now. If he's still getting 1.5 million views on Instagram Live or whatever the fuck he was on, he's gonna be on somebody's ticket. Somebody who's talking that tough shit, and your feet gonna be at the fire at this point. You see this man, what you gonna do? You know he snitched. He just said he snitched. What you gonna do about it? So you can't talk the tough shit, and then when somebody come at you with the tough shit or go against the code of that tough shit that you're talking about, and you don't do nothing about it, it's gonna make you seem real fraudulent. So it's gonna be some funny things happening.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be some people that are funny in the light,
So
and you're gonna know it. You know it's gonna be some people who are gonna try to ride that wave. You know it's gonna be a couple artists. It's gonna be like, man, who're gonna be like, well, shit, he ain't snitch on me. You know that. You know it's coming. Somebody's gonna do it. Somebody's gonna do it. Somebody's gonna expose.
Okay, so the question is, if he puts out an album, there you go, DC. Who's gonna be the one to feature? Who's gonna be the one to feature?
I don't think his first album will get any features.
He'll get features. Trust me.
It won't get rap features. It might get some singing features or something like that.
Hell no. He'll get rap features. Nobody depends on hood niggas for album sales. Like, that's what people don't rap. This is business.
Yo, that's it. That's some.
Like, these motherfuckers think these rappers are on the streets. No, they're making money and keeping their family out of the streets. Like, they don't care.
You came with that one. That was powerful.
Yeah, that really was.
Making millions. Drake will be on that shit. Like, yeah.
No, don't.
But another thing.
I can't. If all the kids are, I can't rock with all. Don't do that to me. We're not putting that in the universe.
That's serious.
All right, so I'm gonna put this out there though. You said but it's not just about album sales. You got the views, the listens.
Aubrey, if you ever
got all these, everybody got a phone, everybody got the internet. Those all play into account. The views and listens, like the internet's playing a huge role right now.
That's what I'm saying.
Because that means, like, are you gonna end up getting these contracts because you're getting the likes, the listens?
Contracts. I mean, independent now. He's making
whatever it is.
He's made one.
But in regards to getting the income, like the likes, the views, like that's what it comes down to.
He's gonna get paid off.
It has to be multiple platforms,
million, bro. And counting.
Today ain't got it. 1.5 million.
He got a machine behind him, class.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, Kev. I just said that the industry's pushing him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. He's good.
He's going to troll and win.
Yeah, he's gonna make money. I don't give a fuck how. I don't care the streets did and niggas like that shit or not. It's a lot of people out here with some real stripes who ain't about that shit. If he didn't have some people in some high places behind him, guarantee you he was not hopping on IG Live.
This is bigger than me.
So just so you know, we at the point he broke 2 million. He broke the record. Just so you know.
The record?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he broke the Instagram record. Yeah. 2 million viewers doing his Instagram live.
That's why I said when I seen the
put it out there,
video,
I'm up on the news.
Yeah.
I may not have IG myself, but
we appreciate it.
I watched a minute of that shit. He was at 1.5.
Let him know.
All right, so we're gonna move on from this. I don't want to keep talking about this longer than it has to, man. So,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Because speaking of morals, you know what I'm saying, and morality, this probably hurts me more than maybe y'all. One of my favorite safeties got caught in some shit, man. You know, got caught in some shit.
Got caught with his pants down.
Got caught. Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it. So, his wife, you know what I'm saying, was pulled up with a homegirl with a knife and a gun, and had one in the chamber and didn't know it.
Say his name so our listeners know who ain't in tune with that.
If we got to do it, we got to do it, right?
Earl, the world.
You know, in the sports world, the football world right now, It's not good. Earl Thomas, man, it plays for the Ravens.
Boom.
Super Bowl winner over there. You know, we're gonna change the media narrative up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But he did fuck up. He fucked up, man. Fucked up. Time and time again.
Fellas, real quick.
Time and time again, athletes, men, women, all that stuff. Keep doing. You know, I mean, this is kind of, what is it? Domestic violence. But, you know, by a woman now.
It was projected violence. She ain't actually she didn't.
On him.
What are you talking about?
She put a pistol on him.
And her friend was ringing.
But
at the knife at her.
Okay. So it was potential domestic violence.
So it would have been.
There was no violence against him. Yeah, exactly. But the threat of it.
No, she just shot him. That'd have been attempted murder, Kev. What are you talking about?
That's murder, bro. That's like that. I understand that, but still. All right. So listen, just to give you some more information. She followed homeboy to this like Airbnb supposedly.
No, she had a Snapchat location.
Yeah.
Right. So she used that
and then
to get to the Airbnb with her homegirls, with his brother, supposedly in the bed. Yeah.
Lit.
So him and his brother were in the bed out here.
Either way, that says, man, we got to do better. But we're gonna dive in on it. We're gonna dive in.
To my fellas, please. Fellas.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
I'm not condoning cheating. I'm gonna just start by saying that because I don't want to get killed for that. But if you're gonna do some dumb shit, whether you're worth $5 mil, $50 mil, or $500, turn your damn phone off. There's no reason for you to have your phone on if you're out here doing no good. You don't need no calls, no texts, no snaps, no IGs. Turn the phone off and don't drive your car to the spot.
I'm gonna shoot my man Earl some bail because he with the Ravens right now.
I'm listening.
I'm in Texas. I got an Airbnb. I'm assuming these women were fairly attractive. Sometimes you get caught up in the moment, man. Sometimes you get caught up in the moment. I would. One of my questions is gonna be
Corona fever.
Where are you going with the virus?
Yeah, that's what.
You got that Corona fever, bro.
Huh?
You got that Corona fever.
In a moment.
And listen, his team gonna give him a call like Earl. Listen,
this is very much
Earl.
meditated. Friday, we go into the stat.
He got to the argument on purpose.
You don't just hit the Airbnb coming now. Like, no, this ain't no motel.
I don't know though, bro.
That's a valid point. It's usually at least 24 hours before you get there.
But this is for.
We know how it works, Earl. We know how it works.
This is for regular. We're talking as in regular human being, regular individuals, regular men who have everyday jobs. This is a Super Bowl winning, multiple Pro Bowl safety, guaranteed Hall of Famer. I would assume that he just got him on speed dial. I would only assume.
But you feel like he got him on speed. You act like he wants them to know it's him going to the Airbnb.
I don't know about that. But he's wilding. Like earlier,
too popular. I'm not
you doing too much.
Saying
I'm doing a lot.
The Ravens, please let me rent your home. Like, no, you let your brother set that up.
His brother probably did.
I know his brother did. That's what I said. You can't get that on call. This was premeditated and should have been executed better.
Like yo,
car at your brother's house.
Like imagine, we getting the arguments. I'm gone.
Yeah,
I'm going.
Hold on.
Like,
I understand. Earl Thomas is a football player. Deezy, you don't got to coach him up on this, bro.
No.
No coaching, bro. No coaching.
Let's get off of it. Let's get off, because the thing about when we get into situations like that, we talk as if we've never been there before.
Oh man.
Or we've never been caught in a compromising situation. Okay. And so my question to my fellow brothers is, like, what was a compromising situation that you might have found yourself in? That it don't have to be like my man Earl, but what was it? I can spark it off if y'all want.
Please do.
I can spark it off. I'll spark it off.
Yeah, please. Okay. I want to see where this goes.
No.
This man is sober as a gopher, riding the roller coaster.
6'9" to tell it on ourselves.
It's already happened. I'm not saying it had to be. It ain't got to be something you doing.
Oh my gosh.
We living life right. I'm baptized now, bro.
We doing all right.
Please set it off. Please set it off.
I'm baptized, bro. I don't do those things anymore. But at one point in my life, I was in college, and I might have been in the whip, and might have left my phone on, and might have been talking some wild shit. And like you said, DZ, turn your phone off. You don't need the phone when you're doing your wild shit. And I might have said some things that I probably wouldn't have said if my significant other, who I was dealing with at the time, was there. So we've all been there. So like I said, I'm gonna try to shoot my man Earl some bail. It was a moment of poor judgment.
I'm gonna tell you, mom back to her somewhere around high school. I was getting set up too by my man.
I was gonna say,
yeah, my friend was setting
way
me
back.
up.
Back
You
in
know
the
what I'm
time.
saying? Pretty much, we was like, yo, we about to hit these parties. We about to, say, be staying over. And he was relaying all the information back. You know what I'm saying? Getting me caught. So, high school stuff, you know what I'm saying? I'm still cool with him today, too. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't going to put names out there and stuff like that.
Yeah, we got to do all that.
He's a repeat offender.
A repeat offender.
You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. Screenshots was from through AOL and AIM, you know what I'm saying? Was printed out. I was getting screenshot before screenshot was a thing. You know what I'm saying? The whole printed conversation. Like 8 pages. My screen name and stuff.
Man was giving it up.
The screen name. My man went back to the AIM. Yeah, and I remember that too. I'm why girls cheat. They were coming for you, T.
That was coming for you, T.
I remember when I seen that, I was like, nah, he the realest.
That was lit. You know how Trav get when he lit too, like motherfucker like this.
Wild time.
Yep.
Wild time.
What up, Kev?
Well,
Wild times.
Like
Okay,
we've
so
grown. We moved on. That's not us.
Yeah, exactly. We're grown. We moved on.
100%.
So I guess the compromised position I would say I was in. I guess I don't know if I was like texting while I was around my spouse or if they just got into my phone at some point. But I guess I was making some gestures or some innuendos outside your windows and in your windows and whatever it was to a young lady. And my partner at the time didn't really appreciate that. And I didn't find out until much later that they were aware of these conversations.
You like that shit fast?
Yeah, they're like dropping bombs. They're like dropping bombs every once in a while.
Let you get your shit.
They're like, and then about this, and I was like, oh, okay, so maybe you did know a little more than you let on. Yeah, so that's I'll leave it at that.
Last but not least.
So my shit, man. Like Trev, it was a dear friend of mine, right? Friend visited me from New York, right? I was at the frat party, actually, with all of you guys, right?
I'm mad we tied into the story now.
If I go down, I'm taking that. Y'all working them all. So I leave the frat party. I drove for a reason, right? But I can't leave my mans because y'all don't have room for him, right? So I said, all right, roll with me real quick. I got to make this stop, and then we can go to our final destination, right? So tell me why I pull up, get to this spot where I was going, gave my boy the remote, have at it. I'll be down in a minute. Let me just go handle this little situation, right? While I'm upstairs, saying a couple prayers, doing what I do, little Bible.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
My man is actively texting the person I'm with at the time. Like, I'm downstairs, I'm bored. Can you come pick me up? Ooh. Here's where I'm at. He's upstairs doing this. And yeah.
So we're basically tying this into the last part, the 6ix9ine shit, the snitching shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a different kind of snitch, because that's my man though. That's not like some goofy I met on campus. Like, this is a boy that came to visit me.
Where?
So I'm like, I can trust him with this little shit. I ain't robbed nobody. I ain't murdered nobody.
Where?
Yo,
You just
give
praying.
me 20 minutes.
That's active
Cut
snitching.
shit off.
That was active.
Yeah.
Yeah, active.
Yeah. So he's texting, got me jammed up because I in the late night spot. Hey, how you doing? We doing? I know what you was doing. What do you mean? Show me the text, and I'm like, oh.
It's hard to explain that one away.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it's right in your face, yeah.
Facts.
Then,
Facts. That's bad.
Then they pull your homeboy into it. Like so what?
That's nasty work. That's nasty work, man.
Yeah.
Snitching is nasty work. Snitching is nasty work, man.
My next convo was, when you go home?
Yeah, snitching is nasty work. Snitching is nasty work.
I get you a ride to the bus station.
You know, we're gonna try to. Okay, we had a lot of crazy stuff going on in our last things that wasn't of greatness. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna try to get back to greatness. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get back to legendary shit that's going on in this world. And Michael Jordan documentary. All right, it's got everybody buzzing. A lot of greatness, a lot of things going on. Obviously, a lot of LeBron talk is involved because we talk about Mike, you talk about LeBron now. Skip Bayless is living in his brain for rent free, which is crazy. Rent free, Skip. Rent free. You owe LeBron a lot of money right now, Skip. Because you need to pay up. But word, speaking not about LeBron, let's get into that MJ document, man. That joint is greatness. I'm not even gonna hate. Everybody knows I'm a LeBron guy. I think Jordan's still great. You know what I'm saying? I see why people put him number one. It doesn't matter to me. And that, well, yo, what y'all take out of it, man? You know what I'm saying? What's going on in y'all worlds about it?
Michael Jordan might be the greatest athlete of all time. Just period. Just like
there's no mic. There's no mic behind it.
Okay.
There's no mic behind it. So what I would say is it's the record is still out, but as of right now, the impact globally and domestically that an athlete has had on their sport and the branding of an individual
Go ahead, keep going.
Is unprecedented to what he has been able, or what he was able to do in a time where it was a team-based thing. Ads used to be the starting five. It used to be the wide receiver or the quarterback, his wide receiver, and a few guys on the team. It was difficult to brand one individual unless you were a single sport athlete, tennis, sports along those lines. So Michael Jordan was able to do something within a sport that was difficult.
Okay.
And it's talked about in the documentary. He was able to do something in terms of branding and putting himself out there. Not only was he one of the more competitive and better athletes, but in terms of being one of the best athletes of all time, I would say, yes, he may be that, but I have a different opinion when it comes to the comparison.
So is it,
between him and
hold on, I got to go back to this question because now I'm a little confused. Seth said he's the best athlete.
I didn't mean to say athlete.
Okay.
I have to switch that. I won't say athlete.
Okay.
No, because my guess
he's the best player.
Bo Jackson might be the best athlete.
He's the best
that
player.
I've ever
He might be the best player. Or
in basketball or all of sports?
All of sports. All of sports. When you look at one individual, he may be the greatest. Now let's use that. He may be the greatest sports player of all times.
What's the difference between that and athlete?
A lot. Athleticism is athletically. Jordan was ahead of his time athletically, and there's no doubt. But you know, athleticism wise, there's a lot of people we see now that carry that Like, I don't know if I'm going to sit there and say.
People may say Usain Bolt is the best athlete of all time.
I think if I'm going to go
over
athlete,
6'4", and one of the fastest runners in the world, that he may be the greatest athlete of all time. So if you break it down, if you say that, it's difficult.
Well, I think of athlete as about how many sports I can give a individual and how good they would be when they pick it up. So if I'm thinking athleticism, like one person that comes to mind is Randy Moss. If I'm going just athlete, You
I
know what I'm
got
saying?
you. I got.
There's nothing I think Randy Moss can't do. If you give him a week or so, he's going to be that. Deion Sanders, you know what I'm saying, who was amazing at basketball, football. That's, to me, is my all-time favorite athlete.
Baseball.
As a person that can do anything and be great at it. But if I'm going as far as player of all time, and this is crazy, but I think I'm going with Serena Williams.
I'm not upset at that. That's why I said it might be. Because it's a lot of arguments. There's a lot of arguments.
It's as far as accomplishments, and then on top of it, if I want to stay
on sport, you're right.
If I want to stay male
impact.
dominant sport, we don't talk about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar enough, man, because he dominated and his accolades are ridiculous.
The
Best player of all time for me is
Russell.
Tiger Woods. If we're talking males,
I was almost there, DZ.
Tiger Woods and Serena Williams for male and female.
Yeah, I'm not mad at Jordan. Jordan set the standard of 6 rings that nobody's done still yet.
Robert Horry, 7.
You know what it is, though.
You got my man Russell.
I was going to say that.
Russell, which is good. You're right. So I guess
He's a dog too.
Yeah, it's weird because like we say he set the standard, but then you go off of these rings and all this stuff. We can get into all that.
But again, what I'm saying is that when the way that Derek put it, he may be the best athletic figure of all time, but he may not be the best basketball player of all time or the best athlete of all time.
I think everybody.
He may be the best sports figure, like
Icon.
the best person
Icon.
in. Right, exactly. There you go.
Kids
like
are still
he may have a different.
Don't even know
He has a different. You
This-
have a different tier when it comes to what they were able to do and the way that they were able to revolutionize and move their sport forward. Like,
Everybody
I
wanted
think
to be
we'll
like
see
Mike.
that exactly. We'll see that more and more, or not more and more, but you're seeing that with Coco Gauff. Would she be in the sport if it wasn't for Venus and Serena Williams? We don't know.
But
this
then
is
that's like saying
15-year-old girl that.
Would Jordan be there if it wasn't for Magic and everybody?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but again, the success that they're having, their impact is like it's going to be hard to say exactly what their impact is until many more years down the line.
I think people get.
We saw.
We're going best athlete. We're going most dominant, influential. What made Mike who he was his drive, his mindset. I think it's more mind than it was actual talent.
Right.
He was there to demoralize you and kill you and to take your heart out of your chest. I think that's what made Mike Mike.
He's a
And
competitive.
of course, his
junkie.
athleticism was just off the charts. But I mean, that's what it was that mindset. I think the Jordan mindset over anything else is what made.
It's a level of consistency that you do not see every day or ever really.
Yeah.
Like it's not many people who can sustain that level of consistency for that long. For like to have your mind set on this one thing and say, I'm going to do this every day, or I'm going to be the best at this one thing, and you devote every piece of you to get to that point it's just admirable. It's just the whole thing with us like doing this whole podcast. It's more so than us looking at views. Trav said at the beginning, we 4 weeks straight. It's consistent. But just to think Mike did that shit for how many years?
A lot.
Six finals, 6 rings, like against all odds. Like that's a lot.
Funny thing is you say that. I'll bring it full circle. You're talking about Jordan's mindset is what really sets him apart. The last couple of episodes, they showcased one of the greats that recently passed away. Kobe Bryant talks about without Jordan, there wouldn't be him. So now we equate it to Mamba mentality. That's the new token, the new coin, like the new phrase that's being thrown around. We've now we've put a name to it, and it's now been marketed. But would that even be possible without Michael Jordan?
Yes. I like to put that shit to bed, man. I feel like people take too much from Kobe. I think Kobe's mindset was that, and I don't think it was because of Jordan. I think what he took from Jordan was his ability to be able to shoot later in his career. because Kobe out the gate was trying to dunk and like just try to kill everything.
Yeah.
But he wasn't the greatest shooter. I think what he took from Mike was, I'm going to practice his fadeaway. I'm going to practice his turnaround. I'm going to get these mid-ranges. I'm going to get this shot that's what he took from Mike.
That's true.
I don't want to give Mamba mentality to Mike because I just feel like there were killers before and after Mike.
Yeah, 100%. It's just like anything. You can say at one point, maybe you could even put ourselves in, like, maybe not to that degree, but we all had some type of hunger to get to where you are today. You had to have some type of hunger. I'm not saying we were as consistent as Michael Jordan or as Kobe Bryant, but you have to have that. You have to have that competitive edge. You have to have that grit about you to succeed in life. But
you're not lying about that. I find myself, like, one of the things about that documentary that resonated with me is when Mike was like, yo, I'm a competitive junkie. So, like, that, like, struck me because, like, ever since football has died and sports have died, it's like, I can't find that. I just, like, if someone talks shit to me, I might not be the best, but my competitive drive won't let you or won't let me, you won't beat me, right?
Yeah.
So now I feel like I'm like a like locked in this cage because nobody competes. I'm in meetings and it's cool. Nah, tell me I'm trash and you're better coach than me or something. I guarantee you those words will be the worst words you'll ever have. So like it just that really hit me to feel that because that's one of the things I feel like I'm struggling with, like just learning how to compete with my damn self, and like I need that competitive edge. I'm a competitive junkie. Like
it's
fucked up.
It's difficult. It's difficult to like do that shit, to be, especially like you said, competing with yourself. That's like, honestly, since this quarantine, that's the best thing honestly that has happened to me during this quarantine is the fact that we talk every day.
Yeah.
Whether it be on the podcast, whether it be in text messages, we talk every day. We sharing what we be doing. And as much as I love y'all push it in there. I want to outdo that shit.
Yeah.
It's just me. I don't know how to, I'm not saying I don't want y'all to do well. I'm just saying I want to do better.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Exactly. It's healthy competition. It's healthy competition.
At the same time, we all want each other to succeed. So nobody get that misconstrued. You can want your boys and everybody to succeed in that same circle and still compete. That
hold yourself to that higher standard. Always, exactly.
I've never seen Kev sweat so much after Trev post a workout. Like it dropped. Because I know how lazy Kev is. I know Kev do not want to get up. I know Kev don't want to work out. But once I see Kev sweating, it's like, nah, because I can't let Kev out sweat me.
Yeah.
I can't let Kev out sweat me. I'm going for a run today. What you mean? I'm out here.
Yeah, Kev's really setting the tone and the pace, man. It's
putting in that work. Shirtless podcast.
And next week,
August is coming.
Next week, you know what I'm saying? Next week's new one. That shoulder one killed me today. But also, like, you know, with Michael Jordan's greatness, and obviously a lot of it is, there's some that is overhyped. You know, if you let motherfuckers tell it, Mike did everything by his goddamn self. Right? Mike won all 6 rings. Mike won all this. This gave a lot of leeway and truth to Steve Kerr hitting big shots, to how great Pippen is, which he gets a bad rap on how great he really is. And almost as freaky, how great is Dennis Rodman? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? One thing Dennis Rodman.
We're talking about the.
We're talking about, hold on. I mean, he was talking about, he would go to the gym and have his homeboy shoot, and he could see the spin of the ball. He knew where it was going. Bro, that's greatness. That is 3 key things that are just like, Jordan was great, but this is why, and this is what let him be great. Yep.
Right. You had players that were willing to take the back seat and be great at what they were good at, to showcase their rebounding ability, their defense. Scottie Pippen could have easily been the leading scorer on a different team in the NBA.
He was decided to
continue to take less and be a part of that team to show what he could do. But I think in general, a lot of people are realizing that even early on, Horace Grant, Paxson was hitting big shots. Horace Grant was a baller. Yeah. They had Oakley at some point. Yes, it was just Oakley and Jordan, or at least that's what it seems, and got rid of Oakley. So again, he still had players that were able to succeed with him, and then once they left, Horace Grant still had a decent career with the Magic.
He ended up beating him one year with Penny and Shaq.
So again, if you want to talk about it, if we're going to switch gears a little bit.
And here's my argument that I always say, not to bring it into LeBron, but I'm going to, obviously you got to dabble into it. Jordan's GM did the work. LeBron's GM said, I can do more with this one guy and get less around him. And he's going to make a franchise that's not good be above average just because of this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Let me not get him the help he needs. But Jerry Krause, regardless of all his egomaniac situations, he could put a motherfucking team together.
Yeah, he was great.
He was great at putting a team together, so it wasn't cheap labor. Like, think about it. LeBron was cheap labor for Cleveland. Rookie year, 2 years into his league, he's taking them to the finals with nobody.
LeBron cheap labor for the Lakers.
So it's like, but in his prime years, so all that GM had to do was get him some help, like Jerry Krause did. And it's not, but hey, you also see what Jerry Krause was able to do. Motherfuckers was just signing whatever contracts, right? Pippen signed a crazy-ass deal, and he was the second best player in the NBA. So people are taking advantage of not only their contracts, their money, their situations, but they're being smarter like, yo, I ain't cheap labor, bro. I'm going to go team up and get rings and get more money off of it if you won't bring in what I need. So I don't see the difference. People are like, oh, he left. Okay, but their person above them is doing his job at the end of the day.
So I think something that's important to make it clear is that LeBron, like Jordan himself said in these documentaries, originally, I wasn't there to make my teammates better. I played hard to win and win in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
This man had a damn near broken ankle, and he's like, yo, so when am I coming back? Like, what's up? Like, what it was, foot, whatever it might have been. He wanted to win and win now. He's like, I'm ready to play. Put me in and let us win some games. So, and he wasn't able to put himself to take the back seat in order to make his teammates be successful. LeBron James was able to do that, which is why when people show, Derek always says he's not a stat guy, but that's why his assist numbers are what they are, because consistently throughout his career, he's been that teammate first. I'll get the back seat because it helps me to be a more effective player.
And I think that's why you see a lot of the old dudes, they always can side with Jordan, because it's that killer mentality. It's that killer mentality. And I understand the whole teammate, everybody, it sounds great. Like, yeah, I got my teammates involved, but nobody really, like the casual fan, the people really don't want to see you get your teammates involved. They want to see you go for 50. They want to see you put your head down when they want to see good basketball, but at the same time, in the fourth quarter, with 5 minutes left, with 6 minutes left, they want to see you taking the shots.
Yeah, until you go for 51 in the first game of the finals and still lose. You still can't do it.
That's what I'm saying. The man be tired. Like, he be tired. Like, he be carrying a lot of teams, and it's just like you try to get someone in rhythm to help you. Like, help them help you, which is not a bad basketball mindset.
Yeah, no, not at all.
A lot of people don't compare LeBron to Jordan. LeBron's more close to Magic. Like, and that's why these conversations, there's such a disconnect because they're not the same player. They're the same player as far as stature and greatness, but they're not the same player aesthetically. Like, Magic did it all.
That's a very
good game.
That's the best way to put it.
LeBron 1 through 5 did it all. Facilitate, go do whatever you need them to do. Jordan and Kobe are more similar. They want the rock. They want to kill. Pass me the ball.
But I don't think people are arguing. I don't think people are arguing the similarities in their game. They're arguing greatness.
But that's the separation. That's what I'm saying. People are like, oh, LeBron's not Jordan. No, he's not Jordan.
Yeah.
But that's the argument.
It's all your perspective and perception.
Right.
What do you think?
Can you really be Jordan when you're built more like Karl Malone? Let's be honest.
He could play more like Jordan. LeBron could 100% play more like Jordan, but it would take him changing his personality, and I don't think it's worth it.
I don't know if it's his personality more than his IQ. I don't think Killer Instinct is mistaken for the right play.
All IQ.
Yeah. Word.
And that's the tough thing. He knows he's going to draw a double or triple team.
Word.
So understanding where the game is going to go and taking it there before, like kind of being a couple steps ahead.
He's steps ahead. Jordan figured that out, passed it to Kerr. Kerr hit the shot. You know what I'm saying? It started to become a thing. So those people bailed him out. It's just that those guys hit those shots. And LeBron's guys missed those shots. And also LeBron stunk it up during Dallas Mavericks series, of course. Yeah. But other than that, you know, the ones he lost, those guys hit those shots. And now it's like, oh, even the series he won versus Spurs with the Heat, people are like, oh, well, if it wasn't for Ray Allen hitting the shot. You see what I'm saying?
So what I'll say about those, we've been lucky enough to be able to look back on some of these games. I've watched a couple games recently that have let me know that personally, I've watched a lot of basketball, and I think LeBron might be one of the greatest basketball players of all time because I recently watched the game with him against the Detroit Pistons, and I believe it was
like the last
this man scored and then took him into overtime. And I'm watching this game, and I'm looking at the people. He's playing with Eric Snow.
Yeah.
I'm like, hold on, Eric Snow? What year is this? What the?
Yeah.
Like Ilgauskas? Like, I'm
chill,
like, who are these?
We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that to Eric Snow. We're not going to do that to fucking Delonte West. We're not going to do that to Ilgauskas.
When they at that point in their careers. Yeah. At that point in their careers,
stop it, Sash.
I think it was Larry.
At that point in their careers, LeBron James did not have
a soul
that much assistance,
and he
had a young man. I can't remember his name right now, but I think the young man ended up messing with his mom's.
Oh, Delonte West. Oh, he did have Delonte West then.
Okay.
And he had another young boy that was a decent point guard.
Boogie.
Had to be Booby.
Yeah, it was Boogie.
Boogie. That's what I meant. I
don't even know that. I don't even know that man's name.
That's saying Boogie.
But look who he's going against. He's going against prime Chauncey Billups. Prime Rick Hamilton. Prime. Like, come on now.
They had a squad.
Chauncey Billups, Hall of Famer. Rick Hamilton probably be. Tayshaun and Rasheed is Hall of Famer, and Tayshaun Prince on the fence.
Watching that game and then watching him struggle against the Spurs, because I also watched that. I'm like, he grew so much within those 2 years to be able to take his team that far, to be able to win the Eastern Conference Championship and go to the finals. That was different.
Yeah, I'm not giving no consolation prize for going to the winning the Eastern Conference Finals, bro.
You got it, bro. But he also went against a Spurs team that probably could have won.
Why are we sitting there talking like the Spurs team isn't a Hall of Fame team with Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, Kawhi Leonard, and then Tim Duncan, Greg Popovich, dog. So it's like when Jordan was getting kicked in the face by the Pistons and the Celtics, it was all Hall of Famers. Those people are.
Right.
Manu Ginobili's a Hall of Famer and he's sixth man of the year. Exactly. How's your sixth man a Hall of Famer? Bruce Bowen.
Bruce, not all that often.
Big shot, Bruce. Yeah.
And I'm not trying to compare. I just think that they're both beyond great, and I'm glad I've got to watch, and I'm glad I got to rewatch now Mike as more of my adult, so I appreciate him even more. Mike also did snitch on his teammates, though. You know what I'm saying? Talking about they were doing some drugs and all that stuff. I wasn't doing it. Messing with you, Mike. You got to throw jokes. He been talking.
You got to tell your mom. You're an alcoholic.
He did a lot of snitching. And since we talking about Detroit, I don't like how they did
Isaiah.
My man Isaiah.
I don't either.
I'm not mad at that. Isaiah did my man Chris Paul filthy, so you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll let y'all take the floor on Isaiah, man.
But that's new. But back then he didn't do Chris Paul filthy.
He threw some shots at Chris Paul.
Isaiah easily might be one of the greatest point guards of all time, but I think
he was. Do with chemistry though.
He was exactly.
What does that have to do with team chemistry? You got the at the time, not even arguable, the best player in the NBA did not like him. And Michael Jordan. Larry Bird did not like him. Scottie Pippen did not like him. It was a lot of people who didn't like Isaiah Thomas.
They were still able to make it work without him. Okay. So I understand.
John Stockton is not a bad.
You said this because this is the old head argument. They're too friendly in the NBA today. They don't like Isaiah. Why? They don't like They don't like each other. They're not supposed to like each other, according to all the old heads. But you want the best players on the dream team, correct? The dream team is supposed to be the best talent in the NBA playing in the Olympics, right?
It was the best talent.
You think Stockton's better than Isaiah Thomas?
It's an argument.
It's an argument for who?
For John Stockton. If you're talking about as far as playing the point guard position, it's an argument.
It is not an argument.
Okay.
Only thing John Stockton did better than him was the pick and roll with Karl Malone, who was probably the best at the time.
Okay.
Isaiah Thomas was more dependent scoring. He still facilitated, and he was a winner. And he was dependent on for the last shot.
It was, like I said, the point guard position is about facilitating. I don't know if Isaiah Thomas was a better facilitator than John Stockton. That's not just you're not just gonna give him like the upper hand on John Stockton.
No one said he was a better facilitator. I said he was a great facilitator. John Stockton just did pick and rolls with Karl Malone.
Well, they didn't need scores on the dream team. We got Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, and Larry Bird on the same team. We don't need another score. We need somebody who facilitates.
David Robinson. They got a lot of people.
I'm just saying it's not a bad pick.
Every other year there was a dream team. It's the best collaboration of talent.
They also had. He
was one of the more talented point guards.
I agree. But
the reason he didn't make it was because Michael didn't want him there.
But a lot of others have said that Michael didn't weigh his opinion. It was more others that were more like boisterous about it and like said what they felt.
Basically,
and the coaches as well.
Mike said, if he plays, I'm not playing. So of course you're gonna take Jordan over Isaiah.
So where are you trying to bring this to, DZ?
My take is because we talk about all this good with Mike, that to me was a bitch move.
Okay.
Like I don't care if you don't like him because when you go against him, this is what happens. If you want a dream team and you got another team to compete with, I'm sure you put all that shit aside till the next season. And you could tell Isaiah was hurt by that shit.
Right.
Well, that's the bitch move right there. See, no, I don't think the bitch move is saying like, no, I don't like this nigga. The bitch move is you getting upset that a nigga don't like you.
No, he didn't say I didn't like him. He said if he plays, I'm not playing.
Because I don't like this nigga.
So you're not gonna play for the dream team because I don't like him? That's not a bitch move.
But
no,
also,
I don't like him.
So
I don't want to
okay,
be around him.
so I hear what you're saying, Derek, and I also hear what you're saying, DZ. But in regards to the mentality, if you honestly feel like he is the best point guard and he is going to push you, when they talk about the games and the battles that they had, and these were some of the best times that we had, watching those scrimmages, honestly, if we can get the footage of those scrimmages from that dream team playing those games, like we would watch that. So in general, so what I would say is if he wanted to have the best competition, in general, I don't think that would have been an opinion that he would have expressed, and he could have easily swayed it one way or another. If Michael would have said, right, exactly.
All I'm saying is,
and that's his coach.
Not that far fetched to choose.
Wasn't Chuck Daly his coach?
Huh?
Chuck Daly was his coach.
Yes.
Yeah.
So does he not have a say so in that? Does he not have a say as the what players he's coaching?
You're coaching Michael Jordan. If Michael says, I'm probably not going to play if you do that, you're not going to do that. This is Michael Jordan we're talking about. That is the definition of blackballing. That is what's happening with Wale, which you don't agree with. That is happening with a lot of shit that's going on that's fucked up. It's blackballing. You're blackballing your own guy.
We're going by hearsay. Right. Well, so obviously, I'm just all I'm saying. I can only go with what I know for a fact. All I can do is
know Mike ain't wanting to play. That's.
We know he didn't want him to play. But what I'm saying is, it wasn't just Michael Jordan.
He backed off. He said that he didn't voice his opinion. Is what was
it's fucking documentary. Of course, he's gonna say that. He's gonna say he wasn't drunk during the flu game. That was no fucking flu. Get the fuck out of here. He was drunk as fuck. Like Mike prefaced this documentary by saying, I'm scared that if people watch this, they're not gonna like me. That's as similar as the Eminem battle when he fucking insulted himself and dude didn't have a rebuttal. That's all it is. He took it as, you're not gonna like me, and it's my chance to shit on everybody else that I don't like.
Hey, all I'm saying is Isaiah wasn't there. They won gold, and it was easy. So it obviously wasn't that hard.
But you still don't take that from Isaiah. You don't take that from Isaiah, bro. That's
from him. Rings.
It
That's
might not
The
be.
experience, the opportunity. I see what you're saying.
That is crazy.
Come on,
That man
man.
deserves it.
That's the bitch shit right there.
That man deserves. He's been kicking your ass for the last 3 years. You tell him you don't want him on your team,
Yep.
and you couldn't beat him until you got.
No, I don't want him here. Nope.
No, that's a bit.
Yeah,
That,
and if
that's
you,
female shit. That is estrogen.
Hey,
No.
hey, guess
He's a
what?
dog.
If you
He's a
want to
dog.
be on
Put
the
him on
team, be
my
better. Be
What?
better than me then. Be better than me.
he was for many years. He was better than Jordan and his team.
Isaiah Thomas was never better than Mike.
His
wasn't
team
better,
was
man.
better. His
His
team was
teams were better.
Okay,
He
let's say
beat
that.
them in a competitive.
When it comes down,
That's like me starting. Listen, that's like me starting a basketball team. Trev before he tears his Achilles. Like, yo, I'm not putting Trev on my team when I know Trev can shine because I want to be the best player on this team.
that's not the same.
I want a motherfucker on my team.
That is false equivalent. That is not the same. That is
I want
not
somebody
the
else
same.
to push me.
No, you're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that.
Argument, like, I don't like Trev all of a sudden. I don't want him on my team. No, I hate you, but show up to practice at 8, motherfucker.
If you
like,
got
that's what I want.
That's where,
Let's go at it.
in all honesty, I'm leaning more towards ZZ on this
That's what
one
I'm saying.
because
As a
if he
competitor.
was the best, and that's where I brought it up,
That's
being
a
neutral,
competitor.
if he was the best
If
point guard
you keep on
at
saying
the time,
He
If
was.
he was
he
the
was.
best.
They all agreed that he was the best point
Yeah.
guard.
He wasn't.
He
It wasn't.
better
That's
than
not a
Stockton.
concise.
Cut
You're
it
gonna
out.
have people that's
He's
gonna say
better than Stockton.
you're gonna have some people that say John Stockton is better
Who's
than
better?
Isaiah
In
Thomas.
general, everyone said that the only reason he wasn't on that team is because of the chemistry of the other players.
All right,
Like Scottie Pippen.
I'll bring it in this way. Right. The argument is basketball has your main players how they do with rings. Right. That's a fact. Right.
Okay.
So when you count rings,
Mhm.
John Stockton versus Isaiah. If the argument is rings, right? Because that's the reason why people say Mike is better than LeBron.
Charles Barkley doesn't have any ring.
Yeah, but there wasn't.
And he's better than Draymond.
I don't know how.
Okay, that's all. We'll get into that argument. We'll get-
Don't do that.
But what power forward that had a ring was better than Barkley?
That's a great argument.
So
Maybe Tim Duncan, but there wasn't many better
Tim
than
Duncan,
Barkley.
was Tim Duncan there yet in the league?
he wasn't there yet. He wasn't
Oh, you're
there.
talking about at the time.
Yeah,
Oh, at the time.
David Robinson was the Spurs
He was
representative.
a center. Yeah, he was a center. Yep.
So Barkley had to be there. But this is a person that was known already to have rings, and like we've all said, his team has beaten Mike.
I think Kev, what you just said, as far as you said, the team chemistry.
Right.
Those were your words.
Right.
Chemistry. I just rung off at least 4 people on that team who outright did not like Isaiah Thomas. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. Michael Jordan being one of those people. So bringing somebody on the team that 4 other people on that team, other than the best player on the team, doesn't like this player, is that going to mess up team chemistry?
Most likely.
We won't know.
Okay.
We won't.
All right. So okay, and is it insane to say, you know what? Let's not put this guy here, but we got this guy right here. He's fucking pretty good too. Let's bring him on the team, and everybody seems to like him.
No, I don't want second best. It's the dream team. The
Well,
best talent.
What do you mean? They weren't second best. They were number one.
Dream team. We went number one because there was no competition at the time. There was no.
They go number one.
in the world.
Period.
It didn't matter who they put on the dream team at that time.
When did they have competition? When did any
You're
like,
making
LeBron's team that came
megastar
to-
Olympic team have competition?
You're
LeBron's
making
team
my point.
lost one
It
year.
did not matter who was on the team from the NBA. You could have not had Jordan on it. They're still winning. Like it did not matter.
Well, we don't want to take away. We don't want to take away the greatness of what
I
Jordan
would
did
never
in the
take away
documentary.
his greatness. I would never do that. He's great. I love Jordan, but that was a bitch move. If people don't talk about Kobe,
There's some people that feel that way.
like that's Jordan's blemish.
I think Jordan has a couple. I think Jordan has a couple blemishes, just like every other.
The gambling, the gambling thing. I think a few people felt some type of way about that.
He's a gambler. That man he's a grown man.
Leaving
He wants
for
to gamble, he can gamble.
basketball.
So how?
I understand that you feel that way now, but in those days there were a lot more conservative views in regards to someone who's in that limelight doing something like
Don't
gambling.
compare gambling to blackballing another man.
That ain't blackballing, man. This man is a millionaire. He ain't a blackball. He ain't blackballing. I don't like him. I don't like. Even if he said I don't like him, I don't want him on this team. I don't care.
That's the definition of blackballing.
Well, what would
That's
Willie?
not the
What would
definition of
Willie do?
blackballing. He's not taking no money out this man's pocket.
Blackballing is just not like taking money out of his pocket. It's just saying, I'm not fucking with him, don't fuck with him. That's blackballing. Nobody fuck with him because I'm not fucking with him.
He won championships. People were fucking with him. He was in the NBA. He didn't stop him from doing nothing.
He was not on the dream team. He was in the NBA because he was talented.
So I'm gonna put this here. I'm gonna summarize this with: it sounds like we got some differing opinions about my man Michael Jordan and the images. No. Like, because we're feeling a little different about the images that are being portrayed about him and his personality and little things like that. But I think there's a lot more to be shown in the documentary. So we'll definitely revisit this at some point. And I also want to put it out there. We're gonna have our top five rap albums. Top 5 rap albums in our personal opinion of all time.
Listen, he could tell he really wants to go
Next week,
because he threw
next
it.
Week.
He's hyped right now about
just putting it out there. I'm just saying.
Hey, so we'll obviously we'll keep going back on the NBA documentary. Obviously, it's coming back on this Sunday. So we'll have some more tidbits right now. Obviously, Session DZ's they ain't gonna see eye to eye on this about which is good. This is what we hear. We'll get there in a minute. We don't know what exactly we really talked about in the MJ documentary now, so but we'll get there when it's over. Also, obviously, we're all 4 black men here. There's a million of us around, and you guys saw what happened to Ahmaud Arbery, and it's crazy right now. We don't want to get too deep into it. Simply because we want to wait on what's going to happen with two or three killers. Just as fucked up right now. We're all feeling some type of way. It could be one of us. It could be our cousin. Anybody out there. So
our sons.
Our sons. Any of us. So we all feel a way. We're all deeply hurt. But we don't want to make it a. We are going to touch on this deeper. But we want to definitely say our condolences. It's crazy, all that happened, and. I'm lost for words on it, but right now, hoping for justice. If that's the word I'm looking for, the right answer. That sounds probably the political way of saying justice, but even though the dudes just got arrested, I'm holding my breath, man. That's all I got. We're gonna get there in a minute. Rest in peace. We covered the very things, man. We'll holler at you.
This ain't the life that we chose, but it's the life